There's a creature on this planet that outnumbers you, your family, and every human alive, 3 to 1. It lives on every continent except Antarctica. It's the most common bird that has ever existed, more numerous than any wild bird species Earth has ever produced. Even the passenger pigeon, which once reached around 5 billion and seemed impossible to beat, never came close. Right now, there are roughly 28 billion of them alive, and most of them won't live longer than 6 weeks. You probably ate one last Tuesday, and you probably didn't think about it. The chicken may be the most successful animal on Earth. Not the most loved, not the most feared, not the most beautiful. Successful by the blunt measurements of survival and spread, population, range, reproduction, usefulness to humans. The chicken has one harder than almost any animal alive. It's everywhere. It's in every culture, every grocery store, every fast food bag, every freezer aisle, every backyard coop. And somehow this global animal empire began with a wild bird in the jungles of Southeast Asia. A bird we didn't even domesticate for food. We kept it because we wanted to watch it fight. That's the part that should make you pause. 7,000 or 8,000 years ago, in the forests of what is now Thailand and the surrounding region, people started paying attention to a bird called the red junglefowl. It was small, bright, loud, and fierce. The males were beautiful, but that wasn't the main attraction. They fought. They had sharp, natural spurs on their legs, and when two males clashed, it was violent, fast, and impossible to ignore. People didn't keep these birds because they were thinking about fried chicken. They kept them because cockfighting was a spectacle. For thousands of years, that was the chicken's main role. Not livestock, entertainment. The bird spread along trade routes because people wanted to see it bleed. Village to village, kingdom to kingdom, across continents. The chicken entered human history less like a farm animal and more like a tiny gladiator. By the 6th and 5th centuries before Christ, cockfighting had reached Greece. The Greeks became obsessed with it. Then the Romans took the bird and carried it across their empire. But here's where the story gets even stranger. Some of the earliest chicken bones found in Europe weren't butchered. They weren't chopped up or cooked. They were buried whole. Some were placed in human graves, deliberately, like offerings. So when the chicken first arrived in parts of Europe, it wasn't just food. It was symbolic, maybe sacred. A fighting bird, a ritual animal, a creature with meaning long before it became dinner. No one knows the exact moment humans started eating chickens regularly. It probably didn't happen all at once. The birds were already living near people. They were breeding. Their numbers grew. Somebody noticed the eggs. Somebody noticed the meat. Slowly, the fighting bird became a farm bird. Then, the farm bird became the most eaten animal in human history. And the reason is simple. Chickens are cheap. A cow needs pasture. A pig needs feed, space, and more care. But a chicken? A chicken can live in a corner of a yard. It can eat scraps. It grows fast, breeds fast, lays eggs early, and doesn't ask for much. For a poor family, almost anywhere in the world, a chicken was the animal you could afford. You didn't need a field. You didn't need wealth. You didn't need a barn. You needed a patch of dirt and whatever food was left over. In return, the chicken gave you eggs, protein, a little insurance against hunger, and when things got bad enough, meat. That's why chickens are everywhere. Not because they're majestic, because they're practical. The chicken became the most accessible source of animal protein the world had ever seen. It followed people wherever they went, because wherever humans were too poor for cattle, there was still room for chickens. It didn't conquer the world through power. It conquered through being small, useful, and easy to ignore. And by the time anyone really noticed, the chicken had already won. Then the 20th century came along, and we decided the chicken still wasn't good enough. In 1948, the United States held a contest called the Chicken of Tomorrow. The name sounds almost innocent now, like something from an old county fair poster. But the goal was very clear. Breed a chicken that grew bigger, faster, and on less feed. The poultry industry wanted a better meat bird, not a healthier bird, not a happier bird, a more efficient one. a living machine that could turn grain into chicken meat as quickly as possible. And it worked, almost too well. The modern broiler chicken, the one most people buy at the grocery store, barely resembles the red junglefowl it came from. It reaches slaughter weight in about 42 days. 6 weeks. A bird that once needed months to grow now reaches full size in a month and a half. Its body grows so fast that its legs often struggle to hold it up. Its breast is huge, far bigger than anything a wild bird was ever meant to carry. Some can barely walk. They sit in crowded houses, on litter, under artificial light, waiting for the only ending their bodies were designed for. They were bred to grow. That was the purpose. Movement, comfort, breathing, anything close to a natural life. All of that came second. Put a chicken from 1948 next to a modern broiler, and they almost look like different species. In just a few decades, we changed the chicken more dramatically than thousands of years of farming had before. We didn't just domesticate it, we industrialized it. We turned a living animal into a unit of production. There are roughly 28 billion chickens alive right now. Most will never see the outside world. Most will live in buildings they never leave. Most will be born, grown, killed, packed, shipped, cooked, and forgotten in less time than a season. The most successful animal on Earth lives one of the shortest lives. And that's the part I can't stop thinking about. The chicken never asked for any of this. The red junglefowl didn't ask to be taken from the forest for blood sport. The fighting bird didn't ask to become a farm animal. The farm animal didn't ask to become an industrial product. At every stage of chicken history, we turned it into whatever we needed. Gladiator, offering, egg layer, meat machine. And it never got a vote. In that sense, the chicken may be the most obedient animal in human civilization, not because it chose obedience like a dog chooses loyalty, but because it was small enough, quiet enough, useful enough, and easy enough to reshape. So we reshaped it, again and again. The cow changed our bodies. The horse carried our empires. The dog chose to live beside us. The chicken endured. It endured fighting pits, temple altars, dirt floors, backyard coops, factory houses, fluorescent lights, and now a world where 28 billion of them live and die so quickly that most people never stop to wonder where they came from. The chicken is the most successful animal on Earth, and it has no idea. It can't know that it outnumbers every wild bird alive. It can't know that it became the most common bird in human history. It can't know that its bones may one day become one of the defining fossils of our age. Millions of years from now, if something digs through the layer of Earth that marks the time humans ruled this planet, it may not find our bones first. It may find theirs. Chicken bones. Billions of them. A fossil record of appetite. That may be the chicken's final, accidental victory. It will outlast us. Not alive, but in stone. The wild jungle bird taken from Southeast Asian forests thousands of years ago may become the signature fossil of the human era. We turned it into a product, and somehow it became our monument. So the next time you eat chicken, and you probably will, because that's the whole point, because chicken is so ordinary now that it feels almost invisible. Think for 1 second about the red junglefowl, a small, wild, beautiful bird with shining feathers and spurs like knives, standing in a forest thousands of years before anyone called it food. It didn't know what was coming. None of them ever do. Did you know the real history of the chicken before this? And if this surprised you, subscribe, because every animal in this series has a history most people never learned. Some carried empires, some became monsters, and some, like the chicken, conquered the world by being too small and too ordinary for anyone to notice until they were already everywhere.